Day late and a dollar short.
Sorry about
what's
that.
good? What is good? What is good, everybody? What's good? Yeah, me and Tyler, we have to apologize for the impromptu episode at what 12? Well, technically 12
It's
a.m.
not really an impromptu episode. We're a day late on
Yeah,
this because I forgot it was Thursday all yesterday.
I blame
Literally
him.
forgot it was Thursday. I'm like,
Yeah,
I think it was like late. I think it was like literally like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, oh shit, it was Thursday.
yeah, you didn't realize that, but like we said, we do apologize for being a day late. But welcome to the 25th episode of the It's Real Me podcast, which is fucking crazy as it is. It's just how many episodes
25 episodes of this shit, dude. We've been going crazy.
Oh, what up, John L? What's good, man?
What up, John L? What's up?
But before we get into this episode, if you guys are new, ever coming from the Philly Sports Talk podcast channel, the It's Real to Me, or the Spotlight Sports Network, make sure you leave a like on all three. Or if you're watching on Twitch, all links is down below as well. Check out everybody out on the
and please subscribe, because we've been stuck on 44 subscribers for what? How many days now?
It's been a while.
It's been a while. So please hit that subscribe button if you like the content. I know our content might be a little hit and miss here, but we greatly appreciate it if you.
And we've been trying. Well, especially for me since working full time. It's been.
And I've been sitting here trying to I write down content. I do a lot to bring you the best quality episodes. We do a lot to help. He works, I don't know how many friggin' hours.
Technically, I'm working
hours.
Well, like I said, I'm working full time, so pretty much I'm going to be working more than 40 hours. So bear with me on that. So basically,
so bear with them, and we might miss a day here and there because of it.
Yeah, but before we get into it, we do have some news. We Tyler did announce this on Twitter. If you're not followed on Twitter, I suggest you do so. We are going to start doing what used to be called the Recollection Series, but I kind of renamed it the pay-per-view review.
That's what it should have been called, not a Recollection Series. I think that's what,
because that was just too much of a fucking mouthful.
It's a mouthful, and I felt like just having WWE review on that.
Yeah, I feel like that was a much shorter title because I think it should draw in somewhat more viewers.
Straight to the point, straight to what we were doing, and I think we did like one pay-per-view and then we stopped, and it was WrestleMania 2000.
Oh yeah, and
we were gonna do more, but then we just didn't do it.
Yeah,
so, wanted to go back to it.
Yeah, we just didn't have motivation to do it.
And honestly, the pay-per-view that he
trust. Oh boy, that's gonna be a very interesting thing to talk about.
I literally watched it yesterday, and I got so pissed at the end.
It's crazy to look back at say that's almost 10 years ago, but
12
that's
years ago. 12.
That's great. Like that's
it was either 10 or 12.
That was in 2010.
2010. It's 2022. Yeah, 12.
12 years. Jeez, fucking Christ.
12 years ago. 12 years ago, that event happened. Summer of 2010.
And you had some
August of 2010 that happened.
Oh yeah.
And it's down in infamy as the day that Nexus got screwed.
Because they had a good thing going too.
They had a good thing going. And the thing is, the story was good, but they put Cena over. But yeah, anyway, I'll rant more. We'll rant more about it,
on Monday
at 6 p.m. Eastern time. So I hope you guys are there.
Absolutely.
But we've got some news, and there's a lot of craziness that's going on. Apparently, backstage at AEW, there's a lot of dissension, a lot of panicking, a lot of beef going on. Colt Cabana is pissed off because he's not getting booked. CM Punk is back on his bullshit. Tony Khan's being a dick. All this is happening after WWE got better.
which is
crazy to me.
yeah.
It's like after Triple H and Stephanie got WWE from Vince, the tide turned fast.
Yeah. And the thing is too, I mean, and then I just feel like sometimes Tony Khan should deserve sometimes his fair share of criticisms because the dude just is mad as an own as
the dude has a piss poor women's division. Sure, he has people like Britt Baker, Jamie Hayter, Thunder Rosa, freaking Tony Storm. Yes, he has talent, but he doesn't have anybody that pops.
Not like you had, or the way you could say, you have women like, NXT has I know this is kind of going away from AEW.
NXT that has women that okay, she's a star. She's a star. She stands out.
And you got potential stars in the making.
Sure, you can have great wrestlers, but you got to have stars. You're a TV program.
That's an interesting. So John L.
I didn't write this down on my thing, but thank you for mentioning it.
Because, he was sore.
Honestly, he was a bit sore. Because, I don't think he's been out for a year, so I think it was more so him. Wasn't really, aggravating an injury. It wasn't him, being back early. The guy's been out for nearly a year. Yeah, he should have been healed. He should have been healed already.
Because you really think about it, the last time we saw Kenny Omega was full gear, like you said, a year
2021, ago. Almost a year ago. Yeah. And he said, but he was walking around fine. He was, celebrating with his buddies, and he's literally holding up his arm. Yeah, I did it. Holding up his arm, he's fine. I think part of it was ring rust.
Oh yeah, you could definitely tell there's a shit ton of ring rust.
He was out a whole year.
So he had ring rust. Yeah, I mean the fact that when you tear your ACL, man, that shit's gonna put you out of action for multiple months, maybe up to a year.
No, he didn't tear his ACL. He tore something in his shoulder.
Oh, that's right. It was a shoulder. That was a shoulder injury.
His ACL would be his leg.
No, I'm sorry. I'm thinking Chris Statlander. That was my fault.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't write that down too, but I'll have to talk about that. But yeah, it's all good. They were both injured. Okay, it's a realm of the same thing. They both got hurt, so you're good.
And
but yeah, to me, it was kind of like ring rust a little bit. He looked like he was in some pain.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
he even said it in his promo. He's fine. Yeah, he said in his promo too after the match. I got some work to do. I obviously got some ring rust.
Oh yeah.
And then he promised the fans that he would, get better again. He would entertain the fans again.
It's crazy as it sounds. It's like as soon as you went with that shoulder injury, it's just I don't know. I feel like AEW kind of went stale as when Kenny Omega hit the shelf with that shoulder injury. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I think he's pretty much what defines AEW and one of the faces. Even though
to me, once they lost Kenny Omega, and then they lost Cody right after, the ship sailed for AEW.
Pretty much.
They didn't Young Bucks. Yes, they still had the Young Bucks. They still had Hangman Adam Page, but they don't stand out to people that much.
Because Young Bucks, we've seen time.
Kenny Omega stands out. Cody Rhodes stands out.
Yeah, that's true.
Both of them within a few months of each other. Not even a few months. We had Kenny Omega a year ago, and then a year later at WrestleMania, Cody Rhodes shows up. AEW loses.
Yeah,
Cody Rhodes. So you lose two of your top stars that you high upon, and try to make a star of Hangman Page. That went south.
That's good, Jay. But yeah, that's absolutely true. And like you said, when Kenny Omega stands out, I mean, you got to think of the time as people would associate him with of the good, really great days during his time in New Japan. That's really what put him on the map, and I feel that's what's really kind of turned, attracted to him. As one of the EVPs of AEW, but it's just when your top star goes down with an injury, pretty much shit goes south. Like you said, when Paige went down to win with the women's division, that went completely like you said, that shit went south. Kenny Omega, shoulder injury, shit went south. Who else am I missing?
Nobody else that got hurt or anything. It was just pretty much losing. It was just losing Kenny Omega and Cody.
Yeah,
it lost those two, and the ship is just floundering.
And if I'm not mistaken,
you're basically in open waters. Let's look at, like, since we're doing a ship analogy. With AEW, with Kenny Omega and Cody Rhodes around, you have somebody to man the ship.
Yeah, absolutely.
But once they go down, the ship's in open water. They're not moving.
Yeah, I mean, it's
just floundering in the open waters,
and that's not good.
And that's not good. Sooner or later, it's going to hit something, and it's going to sink.
And the thing about it is too, it's just like, and now we're seeing constantly some of these wrestlers nowadays are become injury prone, which is another issue that.
And that ties into the next thing I want to talk about. 3 women's wrestlers in a span of a week are hurt.
That's nuts.
Chris Statlander of AEW, and now Nikita Lyons and Zoe Stark of WWE. Hurt.
It's just
within a week.
Because I have not watched NXT 2.0. I'm not, because I can't say if this is the first time that's an injury has occurred with Nikita Lyons, because I'm not.
No,
no,
it wasn't. It wasn't. She was supposed to be a part of a tournament of
right. Because
I think for the NXT Women's title, like a few months ago, and they had her beaten. They had her beaten backstage because she had a legitimate injury.
Right. Well, because I said, I didn't watch NXT 2.0, so I can't say for sure.
And then Zoe Stark got her. I think one of the very first takeovers, the very first takeover of NXT 2.0. And
okay,
I feel like it was her doing. She very stupidly jumped off of she jumped off the top rope and landed hard on her leg, and busted her leg. I think she busted her knee.
Oof! Basically, like her knee buckled.
Her knee buckled. And she busted her knee.
And the way I see it, it's just like she probably did like a wrong spot. But I don't
know what she was trying to do. I think she was trying to do like a 450 or something. I don't even know what she was trying to do, but she very stupidly landed on the base of her leg, flat-footed, very hard where her knee buckled.
That's crazy.
And now she's hurt again. I don't even know if it's the same leg or what. They didn't really specify on Twitter. They did say yes, we're hurt, but they didn't say what the
injury was.
What the injury was. But this is the second time both Nikita Lyons and Zoe Stark were hurt. 2 times each.
And as much as I really hate to say, but that's and we all know that me and I always say yes and no. That's what you sign up for. Injuries are going to occur. I've seen. I've seen much more brutal injuries than,
we've seen Vince McMahon himself tear both quads doing nothing.
Like how does that happen?
He ran. That's what happens when you bum rush into the ring as a 70 or 60, however.
I think he was somewhere in his late 60s, getting in his early 70s, give or take.
This was 05, so I'm thinking he was like 50s.
He was in his young 50s.
So as a 50-something-year-old, you're bum rushing the ring, power walking like a maniac.
And you tear both quads.
Quads going to the ring.
And you had Edge telling a story, saying, he's not the most, and even Edge said it himself, that
Edge, the way Edge tells his story is hilarious.
Oh, it's funny as shit. the fact that he, but I mean, shit, we saw when, because remember the time when what the fuck's his name? Seth Rollins, when his knee buckled. Remember during the house show when that clip came out,
Yeah.
and he was on the shelf, and
Yeah, he was on the shelf for a while. And then you had Triple H had a few injuries in his day.
mean, I think yeah.
Stone Cold.
I think one of his major injuries.
Stone Cold busted his neck.
Oh, that
Fucked his career up.
That was ugly.
That was a career ender.
Unfortunately, it was by the late Owen Hart, which is the most unfortunate of circumstances.
Yeah, but it wasn't his fault, and even Owen Hart apologized to him, and Stone Cold forgave him. Like,
I feel like because actually I did rewatch this and look. Yeah, I mean there was a certain, because I feel like they actually missed like by a certain because when you think of wrestling, yeah, I mean like it's also a game about inches. If you miss, like I say, about a few inches, you're gonna fuck something up.
You miss by an inch, you're done.
Yeah, you're screwed.
You're gonna get hurt. And that's what people don't. And that's what people who don't watch wrestling get. Oh, it's fake. They don't really hurt each other. They really hurt people. They don't really hurt each other, but one false move, and you're hurting the other person, or you're hurting yourself.
Like, yes,
they do hurt other people, but not intentionally.
I mean, say Stone, like you said, Stone Cold, probably the worst.
One wrong move, and it just ended almost like it nearly like took his career entirely, but it shortened his career.
Yeah, because I was like 03.
It was like early 03, and then he came back for like one more match in 2021. That was it.
Yeah, which
this year.
Yeah, that was because
earlier this year. Yeah, this year. He came back for one more match.
Yeah, this is what, and if you're an upcoming professional wrestler, this is, or just say, oh, this is right. This is what they signed up for. Like, this is
signed up for this, man. And you can blame the other person. Oh, if he didn't stiff him here, if he didn't do this here, or if she didn't do this here. Yeah, I blame Zoe Stark for the leg injury because it looks stupid. She shouldn't have jumped off the top rope as hard as she did.
Because, I mean...
But she hurt herself in that spot.
Yeah. I mean,
if she would have just fully committed to the move that she was trying to do, I think she didn't commit to it. She just landed on her feet, which took out her knee. Which is the most stupidest thing you could find. If she would just commit to the move, she would have been fine.
Oh yeah. And at times there's some accidental injuries at which happens.
Like you had freaking Seth Rollins knee Cena in the face, busted up his nose. And then like we said, I mean when Seth's knee buckled at a house show when the clip came out, because he was in the right spot, but for some reason his knee just gave out, and then we come to find out later he tore his ACL. It's like, oh fuck, yeah,
that's
but this goes into. But the thing is, most of the time when you're not in wrestling, yeah, you have multiple injuries, and I don't call you injury prone because of it, because they're spaced out. But when you have injury after injury after injury every single month out of the year, it seems like you're injury prone.
That should be a big indicator.
And the thing is, not only is it Nikita Lyons and Zoe Stark that are injury prone, it's now Chris Statlander of AEW. So she was hurt for a while. She just came back. She just came back a few months ago with a new gimmick.
Now let me guess. If I'm going to have to guess, who is it? The same AC? Is it the same injury she had? Was the ACL again, or did
left leg ACL?
Oh boy, that's
jumped off the top rope and completely missed the opponent. Hit her leg, busted up her ACL.
God damn it!
It was a freak accident. Same goddamn leg and everything.
Yeah.
On a taping of Dark.
But shit, I mean,
which has yet to be friggin' aired.
I mean, we've seen people breaking the legs. I mean, it really go back to we've seen people with broken arms, broken elbows. It's like, and at times, No, it's not a pretty sight to see sometimes because
Dude, remember when freaking what's his face broke his leg and it looked like his leg went like the opposite freaking direction
oh
because he
god,
jumped off the top rope and I'm like, who was that? Was
God,
that Sid?
that was Psycho Sid. That was
Yeah,
Psycho Sid. I just watched
I
that
saw
match.
that
I was like,
online. I'm like, ooh.
your leg's not supposed to bend that way. First of
I'm
all,
like, your leg ain't supposed to go that way. Like he Anderson Silva that shit. I'm like,
oh, that's
ooh.
just no. That looked like worse than Anderson. Well, I think Anderson Silva.
Way worse. No, way worse than Anderson Silva.
Oh
Yeah,
god,
way worse than that.
I think
I
after
was
that,
like, ooh.
but you got to think too. After that, he actually went on to have a successful career after that injury, which is crazy.
Yeah, he was like a world heavyweight champion by like 2000.
Which is crazy. No, because usually, if you have a leg injury, that really short. Like any injury will could have shortened it, but not. I guess it's like not. According to Psycho says, like, no, it's a big fu. It's just like not. It's like fuck this leg injury, and I'm going to keep going.
Sid was a fucking badass. Even in real life, he didn't give a shit. He was a
But
badass.
it's really because I thought Nikita, and now if I'm not mistaken too, I've also been because you and I have been talking to like with the tag tournaments. Like there's some rumblings that there's going to be some call. I have been seeing that there's going to be some call ups from NXT.
Yeah, there's some rumblings that there will be some call ups.
I know.
From NXT.
I feel like I don't know. It's crazy as it sounds. I think Toxic Attraction is going to be one of them.
They need to be. They're stars. They're established.
I mean, shit. I mean, you got Gigi Dolan, Casey Jane, absolutely. And the fact that
the way the crowd and the way the crowd gravitates to Toxic Attraction the way they do.
And not to mention this too, because
on Twitter, I've seen on Instagram, I've seen on Facebook, people ranting and raving about Toxic Attraction, and rightfully so. They're stars.
Even and think of this too, like because remember, and I was going to tie this to Mandy Rose too, even though she's part of the Toxic Attraction.
The only thing, like her character work, fine. Her promos gotten a bit better. I will say that. Her promos, they were kind of iffy on the main roster, but they've gotten better. Her skills in the ring gotten better.
Yeah, it's like she
even changed her look. She went from blonde to brunette.
The goddess to like almost completely something.
To this golden goddess to brunette. Gothic.
Be something like what I'm not saying like kind of be like the Miz in terms of the way her style. Like
it's more of like a gothic type of thing.
Yeah, whatever it is. I mean,
it's kind of like goth or emo type shit going on in that team.
Well, whatever. I mean, see, it's working for her. I mean,
it's working for her. It's obviously working for Gigi.
I mean, the fact that she's super over, and as crazy as it sounds, if anybody asks us, like, that Mandy Rose is going to be going to be over, like, be super over with the fans in a couple of years, it's like me and Ty would say, we will say, no, that's not going to happen.
But here's the thing, though. She was kind of over in the main roster. Like, I liked her in the main roster, kind of. But she was just in some shit storylines.
Yeah, but the fact that she's getting a chance in NXT, I think Tyler, this is where I kind of nitpick a little bit, is that when you have talent like, say, a Karrion Kross or whoever the case may be, leave them in NXT for a while, let them hone their skills before the call up, and don't turn.
They've ruined some talent because of premature call ups before, or sometimes. But the thing is, even if it was the Vince era, it wouldn't have mattered. But I feel like now it's kind of like, leagues with development leagues, like the NBA and the MLB. You have to hone your craft.
And I think that's where
up, and then you're a star.
And that's just why I think Triple H, I think he can relate too, because you really think about it, because Triple H with the main roster, there was no such thing as NXT or FCW, Florida Championship Wrestling at the time.
The only thing you had was OVW,
and that's
all you had. That's all you had was OVW back in the day. That's it.
And that's no longer existent.
You either had OVW or a competition show. That was it.
Like, Yeah, but I mean, shit. I mean, you had got. It's just like I think with from Triple H, and the way I've seen with Triple H's perspective is like, being a former, let's be being a former wrestler. I think that's where I feel that's gonna. It's really what's gonna. As crazy. It does say crazy as it sounds, but I think that's where the ingenuity come. I like where the idea comes from. The fact he's and the fact that let's say you talk to Trek is isn't ready for the main roster, and they continue to still develop in NXT. I will be okay with that. I can't be too mad about it. But if like I don't know, like I've seen a couple episodes. I was like, I don't know. Maybe I think they're maybe main roster ready. Just how
to me, I look at it from like an eye test point of view.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Plastic Attraction's ready. Braun Breaker's definitely
ready. Oh, definitely ready because I think Triple H. I mean, Triple H is gonna love Braun Breaker.
Oh, Braun Breaker's getting
because that's
monster pushing. I can tell you right now, Braun Breaker will probably win a world championship within a year if it's called up.
I could definitely see that because the dude's got world champion written all over him because he's built like a world champion.
He's built like a damn diesel truck.
I mean, I don't know, man. It's going to be crazy what the landscape is going to what the landscape of professional wrestling is going to look like going down the road, especially like we said with the new regime taking over and seeing like some new fresh faces coming in. I'm very interested.
Yeah, I'm intrigued by it too. Raw's gotten better. SmackDown's gotten better.
Like, we don't know that SmackDown always has some good episodes, but the fact that Raw has been better.
That's the thing that shocks me. Raw has been good the last 2 weeks.
Even though last week was okay. Last
week to me, it was good the first 2 hours, and then the third hour kind of just a bit. But it wasn't bad.
Now, let's say this: if Triple H can make the third hour more entertaining, that could be. The problem is that's where the problem lies.
Right. Hold on. The problem is right there. Third hour.
Dude, just trim it back to 2 hours. I mean, shit.
Cut it. You don't need a third hour. You can put everybody on you can't put everybody on a 2 hour show. But you got 2 rosters.
Exactly. Like it's not that difficult.
The only people that you share talent with is your world champion, which shouldn't even be shared. They should have 2 separate world champions and a tag titles, which shouldn't be even shared either. Have 2 separate freaking tag titles. 2 shows.
Yeah, absolutely.
But either cut that third hour or make it somewhat decent, which Triple H has done.
Which, for me, if I was Triple H, I'd say just cut the third hour because I feel that's where I feel like sometimes they lose a little bit of viewership is in that third hour because usually the viewership is high in the first 2.
Honestly, no, because if you look, the first hour they get X amount of views and then it drops, and it drops again.
Yeah,
because the show quality isn't good from the first hour to the third hour. This time, Raw's been doing pretty decent. The numbers have been pretty decent.
Which is crazy in itself. It's just like we know, and Raw has been bad for.
Raw has been bad for
years.
Like 5 years.
But ever since Triple.
But like 5-6 years, because honestly, there was like a few years where Raw was pretty good. I think it was 2017 was to me was a pretty good.
I think 2017 they had some good episodes.
Because 2017, the tide had changed. Raw was good, SmackDown was shit.
Yeah, which is crazy. And so, because SmackDown's, in my honest opinion, I felt it was always, even though I know it's a 2 hour show, but I always felt it was so much more superior in terms of
the last. Booking. I think since 2018, 2019, SmackDown took it.
You had better show production. You had better story. You had better writing.
Yeah,
it just had a better roster.
Yeah, when you have a good writing team on SmackDown and a shit writing team on Raw. Hell, they even had Heyman try to write a show, and it was good. Then they fired him the next night. I'm like,
what's the common sense there? Because if you really think about it,
you had him write a show for Raw, then you get rid of him from the writing position
And then
because
when
he wrote a good episode of Raw. What?
because you really think about it, the dude's a fucking creative genius and knows how to scout out talent, which is another thing.
The man's a genius.
Like
The man knows what the hell he's doing.
if you really think this ties back to what we said in the last show. Think about when Brock Lesnar broke in. Without Heyman, there would have been no Brock Lesnar. Like there was,
Brock Lesnar would probably be like a Russian guy.
and even if you have, I would recommend for those who know what we're seeing, what we're talking about, listen to the story he says about how he got paired up with Brock Lesnar. And you say, and you had these other veterans, say, "Oh, there should be a Russian," and all this stuff. It's like, what the fuck? Who's pitching these stinking ideas? I was just like, and I'm picturing in my head, it's like, oh, that's not going to end. That's not going to help out his career.
Oh, you should be. Oh, you should be a Russian guy. What?
Like, what sense does that make? And the fact you're like, we're going to have a lot of guys bounce off you. Like, oh god, that still annoys me. That was the idea. Oh, thank God that Paul Heyman put a stop one of that idea, because holy crap, that would have been. Oh
Heyman,
boy,
Heyman literally flat out told him, "Don't listen to him." Or Taz flat out told him too, "Don't listen to him. Be yourself, be badass," and he did.
And he was known as the next big thing in the 2000s. And this is what, and this is where sometimes I feel like Taz should get some of the credit he surely deserves.
Taz,
yes, I know.
Taz is one of the smartest motherfuckers too.
It's a good commentator, good commentator too. At the same time,
commentator. He's very insightful. He can play a good baby face. He can play a good heel. He's good.
He was actually pretty decent as a wrestler too. Back during it was
decent. This motherfucker was scary.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember freaking Madison Square Garden at Survivor Series choked out Kurt Angle in the middle of the ring.
His first name match, and you get choked out by Kurt Angle.
But it's just like
choked out.
Like you have, like we said, if you guys have guys like Heyman, hell, like we said, Taz. Even Taz sometimes doesn't get the love he truly deserves. But you got to put that some respect.
Underrated. Come on,
that dude. You got to put some respect on Taz. And,
respect.
And he was great during the times with the original ECW and during the Attitude Era.
If there was no Taz, there would be no Hook in AEW.
Mm-hmm.
Because he trained his son.
And it's just like you can, but it's just I don't know, like guys like Heyman and Taz. Without them, like shows would not be as good as they are now, especially with and I think that's what, and knowing Triple H, and and let's be real, man, that's another guy who had a great career as well. Another guy that's let's be real, probably had Jesus Christ, the only one game I fucking hated was the and Tyler, and we talked about this once before, one of the worst gimmicks I've ever seen in the 90s, and that was the fucking Stanford Blue Blood. It's like, what the fuck is this shit? It's like, who designed this? But the fact of the end,
yeah, don't even want to talk about it. Don't even mention it anymore. I'm done talking about it.
And this is, and I don't give you a lot of, and whether you like or hate Stephanie, she's another one that is very insightful as well. In terms of,
and I respect, and the thing is, yeah, you can talk about, the circumstances of how Triple H and Stephanie got together and why we shouldn't respect them and all that other shit.
Oh yeah, I did watch that.
I've heard that shit all. Oh, you should.
We see a storyline, but
if you don't like this person, then you shouldn't like Stephanie and Triple H because of how they got.
I mean,
can we just move past that shit? Yes. Yeah, so we were talking about the Carmella and what's
Corey Graves?
Corey Graves situation.
That was bad.
That was recent. What you're talking about happened in the goddamn 90s.
Yeah, and that was also
get over yourself with that.
And Tyler, I also think too, that was the most ironic part, was also that was written in a storyline at the same time.
I don't want to talk about that storyline, bro.
Oh yeah, that too.
I
Oh
looked
boy.
at, I look back at that. I'm like, oh my god, what are you doing,
But
Vince?
and the fact that Stephanie is really pushing for the women's division makes it like
Honestly, ever since Stephanie and Triple H took over, honestly, both women's divisions on both Raw and SmackDown got way better.
yeah.
Way better.
Now with the, see now the
You
thing
got
is
people like people like goddamn Shayna Baszler in storylines now.
yeah, finally actually using her properly.
Finally using her. And they're giving the slow burn a storyline where she goes back to being the badass she was in NXT.
Yeah.
We're eventually going to see the badass that we saw in NXT.
Thank God, because it's like we said, the era of the bad booking has finally come to an end. Jesus Christ.
Over.
And
we're gonna get a good booking here now. And the fact and how genius is Triple H when it comes to debuting wrestlers.
oh yeah.
They don't go, oh, there's this guy coming on this show. There's this guy. Oh my god, there's this guy.
He doesn't say shit about it.
He does. He doesn't say shit about it. And he leaves hints throughout the show in the goddamn background like the goddamn Marvel movie.
I mean, perfect. I mean, and hell, even during the Vince era, Dexter Loomis. I love Dexter Loomis.
You know the Dexter Loomis build up reminded me of?
What's that?
Watching the goddamn ad from that new freaking Spider-Man movie before I went to go see
Oh, right. That makes perfect sense.
When they gave you subtle hints about the movie without even telling you.
And you see it in the background, and you see these other wrestlers like, what the fuck?
We know what's coming here. We know what's coming here.
And you the weird reactions like on certain wrestlers' faces, like what the hell is going? Like Drew McIntyre was a perfect example of like the one. Like
the thing is, the only thing that they that he's here was Karrion Kross. But the way they ended it was freaking genius. They ended it on a goddamn cliffhanger. The last time they ended the show on a cliffhanger
it's
was like back in the Attitude Era.
Oh yeah,
that was the last time we had a goddamn.
Trust me, I've seen good. I get seen a good chunk of those, so I'll admit that firsthand because I lived through it as a young pup back in the day.
Remember the freaking one where freaking Undertaker was posing his cane and they ended it in a freaking stare off.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, what's gonna happen next? Like we haven't gotten those in years.
And you gotta think too, a lot of times it's like you will see like even like in certain like eras, like people want to think of Teddy Long, you think of GM. No. If you go back in the Attitude Era, he was a referee back in the Attitude Era. A lot of people
and then he got fired as a referee. He got taken out of the referee spot. Then he was a manager for Rodney Mack in 02 to 03. And then
I forgot about that.
He went from a manager to just there on SmackDown. He had like a match with like Spike Dudley or some shit. No, he managed I forgot who he managed in 04. Which didn't even go. I think wasn't Matt Morgan. No.
Oh God, that's another guy that I want to forget.
Oh no, it was Mark Jindrak. He managed.
Oh God, I forgot about. Jeez,
that did not go nowhere. He wasn't seen on TV. He was stuck on Velocity.
Oh God.
So
but it's just
he left that and he became GM, and he was GM until he was done to leave. So.
It's just like nowadays, it's like now, like Triple H, though. I mean, shit, the fact that if you really think about it, the fact that, Karrion Kross, as crazy, as cool as it looks, that Karrion Kross is following himself.
He's back in the gimmick he had in NXT. He has the freaking music again, which I love.
And
the theatric to the entrance. And then he has Scarlett back, bro.
And the fact that she put the hourglass on the ring, and the fact that he did that,
that's what was missing from that freaking entrance, and from the whole partnership. The thing with the reason why Scarlett was there with him. Is to be ominous. Sometimes
Because
Karrion Kross doesn't have to even show his face
no, because I think Scarlett would.
in the arena. It could just be Scarlett walking down to the ring with the hourglass, put it in the ring, and then just walk off slowly.
And looking at this, like, man, this is very intriguing.
And then you're sitting there like, oh shit.
I was like, shit's gonna get real.
And then the next week, the match happens. Or the next week, more build happens.
Oh yeah.
But the reason was for Scarlett is the oh shit factor. Because sometimes you don't need Karrion to be ominous. She comes out.
She does it.
And she did this for multiple storylines. She comes out with the hourglass, puts it in the ring, laughs maniacally a little bit, and just walks off slowly while looking at the competitor.
Because I'm very intrigued, where Triple H wants to go with Karrion Kross. Because man, he's another guy I feel like that has world champion written all over him.
Oh, he's got world champion for sure. Yeah, to me, I did nitpick a little bit on some of his stuff. Some of his stuff, like the way he reacts, is kind of hokey a little bit. But the thing is, he's still a star.
Absolutely. Now the fact we actually get,
he's got the potential. He's got the skill. He's got the mic work. Everything.
I mean, he's everything. He's packaged. He's supposed to be.
Supposed to. He scares the shit out of me. Everything. That's good.
And the fact that
her and Scarlett, I know Scarlett's attractive as shit, but she scares me sometimes too.
Oh yeah, because at times she could be like, she looks like the angel of death. Well, like an angel of death.
It's basically Karrion Kross with the angel of death,
which is just like I'm looking at and thinking of that concept. It's like with that, it's like that's an interesting concept with Karrion Kross.
I wish I could like interview Karrion Kross and pick his brain and see if we were right about this. But it's Karrion Kross and Scarlett is the angel of death.
You know what? I can definitely see that.
You say to the opponent, your time is up.
Yeah. I mean, shit. I mean, I think Karrion Kross, I mean, even though, like you said, Scarlett does the most ominous shit together, guys. I mean, look, both of them, they know how to play with mind games better than anybody.
Dude, the Hourglass and Scarlett are the mind games. Without her, the gimmick's nothing.
It's just flat.
It's flat. It's nothing.
But the fact that center at the entranceway and seeing like the crow like flying on the Titan it's like, oh shit! I'm thinking it's just like what?
What really made me pop though was the music. I'm like, yes,
because Triple H. Because let's be real, that's Triple H's guy. Because really,
it's Triple H's dude. That's his dude.
Shit. See, now that's gonna be because if Braun Breaker does get the call, that's gonna be fucking
dudes. Here's what Triple H's dudes are. It's Karrion Kross, Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano, and I forgot who else. That's it.
Maybe. Yeah.
His big three. That's his big three right there.
It's crazy. Look, I did watch the episode where Ciampa was in the Ruthless Aggression era, so it's like, who the fuck is this man? And I looked at the tape.
This was early 03 too. I passed that episode on Peacock. I'm like, yo, is that Ciampa?
There's no fucking way. Because it's like, I was like, is he really dressed up like a fucking lawyer in this shit? It's like,
and this was in 03. I'm like, wait, is that freaking Ciampa?
Like it's hard to tell because we constantly see him bald with the beard, but he had
long ass beard. He had hair. He was clean shaven. He had glasses. I'm like,
there's no way.
It was basically me without. It was basically me without a beard.
Now, see, now that's another thing to him, man. I think that should be like another return that should at some point needs to happen. That's Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae.
Dude, imagine Candice LeRae.
I'm gonna lose my fucking shit
on fucking Raw in the women's division.
Boy, she's gonna put that woman.
Dude, that women's division on Raw is already stacked.
I mean, you're at Dakota Kai, Bailey, Io Sky. Who am I missing?
But put her on SmackDown too, and oh my god!
Man, she's gonna put any women's division on fucking notice.
I don't care where you put it.
And going back to SummerSlam too, the fact that fucking Dakota Kai comes back, I was like, what the hell? Like,
I was here like, Dakota Kai, didn't she get fired last year?
hey, we talked about it like one of our episodes, but covering the releases. It's like
She got fired on my birthday last year,
which is the most, man. Even
and I got pissed about it. I'm like, on my birthday, like one of my favorite wrestlers get fired.
And the fact, man, the fact that now she's actually having a mean streak to her, and it's like, all right.
She's had a mean streak since NXT. I think she had like one final face run.
I think she looks better as a heel, though. That's the great.
To me, as a face, she's not convincing, but as a heel,
it's very convincing.
She's badass as a heel.
I mean, the fact. And the fact we're going to also see Trish Stratus on Monday night too, which
I was about to get to that. Trish Stratus was announced for an appearance on Raw.
Oh boy!
I don't know if it's another run in the company. Sounds like
hey, sign me up for that shit because she's gonna fucking thrive.
She could still fucking go. Honestly,
still do it at 46.
If you don't believe us, watch her match at Evolution a few years. It was 20.
She can hold her own with the best
She can still go. Like,
I know Lita can still hang with the best.
Lita can still go. Molly Holly can still go.
Which is crazy as a say. Yeah, it just always say it's just forget about the superhero fucking gimmick. That was
no. Mighty Molly was the best fucking gimmick she had. Do not fight me on it.
Yeah.
Her partnership with the freaking Hurricane was freaking amazing.
Now the Hurricane, as much as I mean, even though he was an okay wrestler, but when it comes to comedy characters, I think he was the comedy characters at his finest at the time.
I just love how I just
The Rock, man. Shit.
I love his run with freaking Rosie. It was the Hurricane and the shit.
Oh shit! I forgot about
Hurricane and the shit. Superhero train.
I forgot about that. It's like, man, is that? I forgot. I completely forgot about Rosie. I mean, it's crazy.
I think I posted a thing on my Snapchat it's already gone because it was like a few months ago. You can't tell me Rosie didn't have fun with the damn game.
I mean,
you can't tell me Rosie did not have fun.
If you didn't have enough fun with the Hurricane, then there's something wrong with you.
I would have been having fun with the Hurricane too. Like,
oh my god! I think him and the Rock. Jesus Christ! Him and the Rock. I started cracking up because it's like it's hard.
He told the Rock flat out that he had a tiny dingaling. So,
and the Rock says like, "Who in the green hell are you?"
He was like, "Who in the green hell are you?" Or he called him
or like whatever it was.
He was like, "Who are you gonna fight? The Hamburglar?" I'm like,
oh, shit, fuck. I mean, I think one of my other best Rock, when he kind of pokes fun is when they were in Canada when he poked fun at what was the fucking French tag? I forgot this French tag team with fuck. What was
Resistance?
Oh yeah, God, how
Resistance.
I was like, who in the flu? What was it? Man, he really
something about French people is fucking hilarious as shit.
Because knowing how the Rock is, he knows how to take shit and makes it work for something, no matter where it is. It's like if you're a friend, it's just
he doesn't just make it work; he makes the shit funny.
Like Jesus Christ, and this is the thing too, and this is why sometimes the Rock is going to be done. Could be one of the greatest of all time.
I don't care that he was only in the business for like 6 years before he went home. I don't give a shit.
But he's,
that man's a goddamn legend of mine. I don't give a damn.
And I think too, like he has a lineage to follow. That predates him.
He had his grandfather.
He had the head shrinkers. He had the Wild Samoans. He had. Now we're seeing.
He had fucking Rikishi.
Even though it's funny, he did poke fun at Rikishi, which is the most ironic thing he could do.
He's now got people looking up to him in his family. Usos, Roman.
Now we got Solo Sikoa. It could be
Solo Sikoa now.
Oh boy, that kid's gonna have
his
damn
daughter.
It's just like you gotta realize the Anoa'i family is rich in wrestling history.
Dude, I think they're trying to get her on TV now, and I cannot wait.
I'm excited because I'm very excited
for
where
that.
they're going to go.
Dude, they have already picked out a name for her. She's worked NXT shows, live events. They got to put her on TV soon. So
I'm really happy for her, though, man. I'm really
I'm happy for her too. I feel like,
and the fact that she picked it, and correct me if I'm wrong, she also picked up on her dad's mannerisms too, if I'm not mistaken, in her promo work.
She disses people left and fucking right like her goddamn dad. I'm like,
man, she learned. You learned.
She like her dad.
It's just like, oh man, the future's going to be as crazy as it sounds. I'm really excited for the future of the WWE. We're seeing with like stars like
we've seen the WWE crumble and fall the last few years. It's now on the rise again.
Which is
and the last few years, it's like fans are feeling like the WWE wasn't the end all be all, and the wrestlers weren't feeling like the end all be all. Now I feel like the wrestlers are feeling like it's WWE or bust.
Because now, because now you have a new regime.
You have this new regime that cares. Stephanie cares. Triple H cares. Now, Shawn Michaels cares.
And I think that's going to be
he's creative now too.
Because when it comes to Mount Rushmore as the greatest of all time, I think Triple H, you could definitely put Triple H. The Rock.
Can I say something really quick?
Shoot.
The 90s WWE won.
The Monday Night Wars.
I'm talking about now.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Because you have DX and creative, and McMahon helms me. The McMahon helms.
Oh, and that's another thing.
Both of them are running the shit now.
Tyler, if I'm not mistaken, too, there was more news on Vince McMahon that we talk behind the scenes before we started the show.
I have it written down, and it's getting dicey for Vince.
Yeah, it's getting very crazy.
He's and the hush money that his bitches. Bitches. I'm saying it like that because he's probably says it like that to them. His little bitches.
Yeah, like man,
his little. We don't
want to try to make it as not say misogynistic as possible and not as creepy as possible.
I'm saying it like I'm mocking Vince. That's why I'm saying.
I think everybody should.
Trying to be his little affair that he had with these countless women that he had with, right?
Boy.
That paid him money. Guess what happened?
You got caught, motherfucker.
You got caught, motherfucker. And another thing too. You gave to a damn charity of another problematic ass guy. Who also is a misogynistic asshat.
But yeah, we don't want it as because how it is.
I'm not naming names to piss off anybody who supports this month.
But and shit, I mean,
and you'll probably guess it's a charity.
But yeah,
but you can probably guess who it is.
But we're not like we said, we're not going to push it further, but we're giving you subtle hints as it is. But another thing in the news, NXT UK might go under.
Huh? NXT UK is not might go under. They're shutting it down.
Because I also heard that it's going to be.
It's done because they're moving it to Europe. It's going to be all of Europe now. They're actually rebranding it from just NXT UK to all of Europe. Because let's be honest, is it really NXT UK when you have like a Russian guy as your champion?
Yeah, and then you had
It should just be called NXT Europe.
Like that should have been from the start because you had Walter, who was Austrian.
Yeah, Walter's Austrian. That's not UK. You have a guy who's German. That's not UK either.
No, because when you think of UK, you think England, Scotland, Wales.
And now you have Americans as your damn champions over there.
Like, it's just like, what sense does that make?
They put you know the fucking redneck gimmick, the redneck tag team.
Oh
That's a
god.
female with them.
Shit, I can't remember their names.
They're like cowboys or some shit.
So, I don't know, because I mean the only cowboy games I've seen was Jimmy Wang Yang, and that was pretty much about it.
I'm not talking about comedy, but there's like these two, there's like this tag team. They're like cowboys. They
I
have a
have no
female
idea.
with them. They have a female with them, like a Daisy Duke.
Oh
type.
god, almost like the Dukes of Hazzard, that kind of thing.
Basically like a Dukes of Hazzard game.
Oh god. And I love it. Don't get me wrong, I love the Dukes of Hazzard.
They have that as a gimmick, but they're actually the NXT UK Tag Team Champions, and they're American.
Like,
how the fuck is that? They're like UK.
Like, what makes his accent? What makes sense about that? I mean, it's just like
that's like having, I don't know, Johnny Gargano or Triple H go, or how should I put this? That's like having goddamn Stone Cold Steve Austin go over in UK and win a UK title.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Or if you really think about it too, this also goes back when the European title was around. You had Americans fucking hold the damn thing.
But here's the thing, though. The European title wasn't created just to showcase the European market. Or no, it wasn't to showcase European wrestling. It was to, showcase the European market.
Yeah, it's just like
supposed to give the European market something to cheer for. And the intercontinental title. I can't say intercontinental.
God, man, I gotta get asked something on chicks. English, motherfucker.
The IC
title. But
intercontinental title.
It's like right in the name. It's right in the name.
Intercontinental. I know it's in the name, but that's just for the international market. That wasn't, we can have guys from all over winning it. Yeah, guys from all over can win it. Oh, you can have somebody from Europe win the European title. Sure. But the thing is, it's just to focus on that market. Oh, you guys have a title. Oh, you guys have it. We're showing love to you guys. We're making a championship for the fans in that market. That's what that's for.
Now the thing is too, it's just like you could have done that from the very beginning. So just say NXT UK, because let's be real, there's other great talent just out. Not even
you literally could have just called it NXT Europe, or you couldn't just made it like. But yeah, I get the reason why they created NXT UK to give NXT the UK market something to watch, at night over there, because they don't get WWE programming until like 1 o'clock in the morning. So I get why they did that.
Oh yeah, but it's just
Europe. That's all you need to do. Yeah, you can base it in UK. Sure, that's fine. Cool.
If you can have shows in Germany, so be it. Whatever the case may be.
You can literally have shows in Germany. You can have shows in France. You can have shows in Japan. You can have shows anywhere.
I mean, and the fact that they're finally, it's been a while since because we're definitely having our first pay-per-view in the UK, and it's been a while since there was a pay-per-view overseas.
1992. Someone said 92.
Yeah, that was in England. It
was the last time they ever had a pay-per-view in the UK, and that was SummerSlam '92.
And the fact and the fact that you're doing it in Drew McIntyre's home backyard, that makes it even much more sweeter.
Oh my God. Oh, yeah. I feel like at Clash he's winning. You can't have an event close to his home and him not win.
And that motherfucker better bring out Broken Dreams, man, because that's an underrated theme.
He teased it. I'm like, if he brings that shit back,
I'm gonna lose my fucking shit because I feel like that theme, because with the current character he has now, I feel like that theme could fit really well with this current character.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, his theme now is okay, but that theme, oh my God,
you really
godly.
Yeah, oh boy, and the fact that too, like with the NXT Europe, and the fact if you can draw on like like you said, because obviously overseas it's many different time zones. So because sometimes it's like over here, like right, it's like you could probably guess over like say or like in Europe it's probably daylight or something. It's that shit at this time of day, depending on where they're at. So I
Wait,
mean,
where?
like when we talked about how some European markets don't have get wrestling program until almost towards the start of broad daylight.
Yeah, broad daylight over there. No, 1 o'clock in the morning. No, 1 o'clock in the morning.
God,
Their time, 1 o'clock in the morning.
I know that must be very frustrating for those who in the especially.
Staying up until 1. Here's the thing. I know it has to be frustrating because you know what happened when we went to Australia.
Oh yeah, that was
pay-per-view. We had to stay up until 5 in the goddamn morning just to watch the damn thing.
Because Australia is 13 hours ahead
I literally watched the first half of that pay-per-view and I got knocked out.
Yeah, because you really think about this too. Because Australia is 13 hours ahead, so they're entering the next day. Like we're so far behind, and it's ridiculous.
The West is like more so way behind than the East.
Yeah, only by 3 hours though.
Like the Middle East is like 7 hours.
Oh Jesus!
Like 7 hours.
Now that's another thing.
So it's like really like morning time over there.
And that's another thing.
Japan's already in the next game day.
Yeah, that is true.
That's why when they have like events like New Japan, they showed the event from like midnight to like 5 in the morning.
Like who wants to stay up for that shit?
No one's. I mean, some people do stay up for that shit.
If you're a diehard New Japan super fan, God bless you.
God bless you.
Because I am not doing that. The only time I ever stay up is for
God bless
reruns.
You guys. You stayed up for fucking Super Showdown when they were in Australia.
Or the best time.
I tried that shit back. I think it was like 2018.
Yeah, it was 2018.
And then I tried staying up for that shit. It was like 5.
There's no way.
I'm like,
the only time I ever watched like reruns of New Japan is when I fucking recorded on my DVR, and that's pretty much about it.
Dude, I literally wait until goddamn Friday.
And another thing is too,
Access TV airs it. I'm like, I'm gonna watch because it's like usually they're like two weeks ahead or 2 weeks behind when it's on Access.
Oh yeah.
So I'm missing shows left and right. So you watch and you're like, all right, cool. You're not caught up on what's happening storyline wise, but you're watching New Japan.
Absolutely, and you really think about this too. And another thing I want to say is, congrats to Sean. I don't we have not. I don't think we even addressed this, but congrats to Cassie Lee and Shawn Spears at the same time. That's gonna.
Yes, Cassie Lee.
Oh man,
Cassie Lee, formerly known as Peyton Royce, and Shawn Spears.
God, man,
they're expecting a child.
And
man, I am happy for them, bro.
Like,
dude, I am happy. The way they are, they're gonna be great freaking parents.
I mean, the comment, and if you're not following Cassie on TikTok, I mean, she did that surprise that she did for Shawn Spears, that was so great. The fact, the way how she did that for him.
Here's the thing. I now get to the point where I cry to shit now.
Because it's like
the thing is back in the day when I'm watching like a movie or TV show that's a tearjerker, I don't cry. But nowadays, for some reason, it's like every time
it's opposite.
Some sad shit happens on a TV show, or me crying my fucking eyes out. I cried when that reveal happened, and I watched it online. I cried. Not even gonna lie. Not even gonna fucking lie. I cried.
And which is fun, and not say which is funny, but it's just like, the fact that yes, we all know that Shawn Spears is a good heel on television, but the fact that
kind of stand up human,
and the fact that
fucking guy,
and the reaction he had then when Cassie showed him the pregnancy, it's like. That's awesome because I saw one of the comments sections like, the baby's going to be a perfect test.
You could tell he was almost trying not to fucking cry when she
because
pulled out
it's
the
like
goddamn present.
Cassie's the same way. If you have not watched her TikTok,
Yeah.
like she,
No, Cassie from the freaking beginning tried not to fucking cry in
because
that.
it's, and it's just, you know, you keep. I don't know what else to describe because it's like
It was an amazing moment. Amazing moment. They're
and the
gonna be
fact that they're gonna be first
amazing.
time,
They're gonna be amazing parents for sure.
and the
I
fact
can-
that before he opened the box, he decided to take the candy. It's just like, really, yeah.
I was like, ha, that's my move.
But the fact that
The thing is, when he pulled out the candy and then just put it in his pocket immediately, I'm like, I would have done the same thing.
yeah, but the fact that like he had a shock reaction, like because he had to have reactions like it's just real. She'll get it. So it's like when I rewatched that TikTok, I said, man, that tugs at the heartstrings. Shit.
Yeah,
But the fact that we're seeing
it really tugged in mine. I was like,
we're gonna see
wow.
Sean Spears being a first time dad.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm super happy for him, man, because it's
So
like,
damn happy. You know,
and what's good, Raphael? Appreciate you tuning in. At
Raphael,
1
my
a.m.
boy, what's up? What's up?
And I hope your sleep schedule isn't screwed up because it's not for me and Tyler because we are
Dude,
passing on.
I don't sleep until like 4 or 5 o'clock in the damn morning.
You're a damn lunatic.
I am a lunatic. I'm a little bit crazy.
But it's just, you know, shit. But yeah, like we said, I mean, the future is looking as crazy as like we said. And I know it's crazy. Like we said, it's crazy the fact that the WWE is now having a bright future. Like
what's really crazy to me about this whole thing is not just WWE, it's wrestling overall because AEW was killing it from 2019 to now. Killing it. Now it's like they're kind of floundering a bit. WWE's starting to take shape again, get big again. Tide's changing.
Mm-hmm. The tide's really shifting because you already see despite all the shit that's been going on behind the scenes at the WWE, which let's be real, was crazy in itself at that one point, and never seen more news come about it. So it's like, Jesus Christ.
The thing is, news on the Vince situation really has not died down.
No, because it's like
it's just every month there's a new update.
Now I'm gonna bet money on that. Say next week or the following week, there's gonna be some more news about us. I was like, if this is gonna fucking happen, shit, there's gonna be a lot more content coming out, especially with this show, for sure. Because
it's crazy, man. It's nuts. Like you have these like the Vince situation started early summer, like June.
Yeah, summer, like early to mid June.
And now we're at the end of August and it didn't die down.
No, it's still on going through. I mean,
more news that more money being spent. He took
this like, man, like what else is next?
Vince, and like,
well, what else is next to come out about Vince? Because first of all, like we said this too. Like Vince is screwed at this point. If there's going to be more shit coming out, dude, he's already screwed even more at this point.
It doesn't even matter how much is gonna come out next. He's fucked. Either way, he's fucked.
Him, John Laurinaitis.
John Laurinaitis has already been fucked. I mean, he got fired from his job. Vince retired to say, I bet you if he was still CEO, WWE would be dead.
Pretty much.
Because he only did that. That's the reason why he retired, was because he knew.
Because he tried to save face.
He was trying to save face. Also, he was trying to save his company. Because if he stayed, company's going on.
Mm-hmm. Which is, you would think it's just like as a profitable company as WWE is to go under. So it's like we looked at, like we would never would expect that to happen, but. Like we said, with the new regime coming in, we have Stephanie coming in, Triple H coming in, we have Shawn Michaels.
Triple H, Shawn Michaels running the show. Shocking. We got DX running the goddamn show. And
he's got Paul Heyman part of the writing team now.
Paul Heyman's a part of the writing team.
I mean, you got a whole new crop of
you got countless wrestlers that were recently released by Vince himself getting called back.
So I mean,
Johnny Gargano was in talks, still in talks. He was almost going to sign with AEW, but then he was like, no, because WWE was trying to get a hold of him, so he got a hold of WWE.
Mhm.
So they're in talks.
and you have this like new breed, a new crop of superstars coming in.
You got new guys like Braun Breaker, fucking Cora Jade, the Lions, Zoe
got
Stark, all this talent.
Gigi Dolan, JC Jane Toxic
Gigi
Distraction,
Dolan, JC Jane, Mandy Rose is researched
which
in that
is,
faction too.
and you have Solo Sikoa. Now you have the Rock's daughter continue that the legacy that that NOI family has still keep going nowadays. It's like that's fucking nuts.
Yeah, it's crazy. This is a bright future for the company.
Which
Bright future.
Yeah.
Now,
please go back to the black and gold brand for NXT. Please get rid of that.
No, I'm good with.
Well, I mean, if just get rid of the.
I'm good with the format. I'm good with the format.
Just go back to the original logo for crying out loud, because don't that look.
Yeah, change the logo and go back to that. But the thing is, I don't want it to go back to the old NXT kind of, because like.
I mean, shit. I mean, you have a good commentary team on NXT too. Shit.
You have a good commentary team, but the thing is, WWE is gimmick based.
Yeah, absolutely.
Character based. NXT from 2020 to 2014 to 2020 wasn't really character based.
It was more like
you had great wrestling, and you had wrestlers. You didn't have characters
at the time. No, it was more of like a developmental thing.
It wasn't the developmental. It was a third brand.
Yeah, but then it can't be worse.
It was not seen as developmental anymore. It was a third brand by like 2019, which wasn't supposed to be the vision. The vision was supposed to be developing characters, developing gimmicks.
Yeah.
Yes, the wrestling would have been fine, but
now, with NXT 2.0, you got some interesting characters on that roster.
Yeah, you got some interesting characters. The only thing that I would change was the logo and the whole lighting. The lighting is too bright.
It's too fucking bright.
Too bright.
And repackage some of the wrestlers on NXT. That should be another thing that's what
there's only one wrestler that needs. Hold on, there's at least one wrestler that needs repackaging. Mm-hmm. And that's Chu.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
They gave her a stupid ass gimmick.
That's like,
they give her a better gimmick, and then you'll be fine.
Like, you couldn't stop with Karen Q from a Ring of Honor days, like, because man, she was fucking badass too. Like,
but here's the thing, though. They need a gimmick.
All right.
Karen Q in Ring of Honor was just a wrestler. You have to give her a gimmick. This is a wrestling company mixed in with entertainment, in a sense.
Oh, yeah.
What WWE was when they first started, that's how it is now. Give them a gimmick. Give them a gimmick that works, that gets over.
I mean, shit. The fact you had Tony D'Angelo?
Tony D'Angelo gave him a freaking mob boss gimmick, and it worked.
And I love it.
I love it. I completely love it.
Like, cause it's like, I don't know. That's really never been done before in WWE.
It was done. It was done before, but it was the FBI, and that was kind of like.
Oh Jesus Christ, that was bad.
That was kind of like that was mid. That was like middle of the road.
Oh God, yeah, we got like little Guido. You had what the fuck's his name? You had oh Jesus Christ, what the fuck was her? Yeah, FBI's been pretty much been forgotten over the years.
But the thing is, they only had 3 guys in WWE.
Yeah. But the fact, and I like what Joe Gacy brings to NXT 2.0.
Joe Gacy has this horror gimmick, and it works. I hated it in the beginning because it made no sense, but it's starting to make sense. And I'm like, all right, I'm digging it.
I'm trying to think who else has a pretty cool gimmick. I mean, Braun Breaker, we know the kind of star he's going to be.
Braun Breaker is just his dad. That's his gimmick. He's his dad. But yeah, NXT is, got some stars under them. SmackDown's gotten better. Raw's gotten better. WWE as a whole has gotten better.
I think the pay-per-views have gotten better too, as well.
Pay-per-views. I mean, you can't really say pay-per-views because we've only seen one pay-per-view that was good.
Right.
That
Well,
was
let's.
SummerSlam.
So I thought SummerSlam was pretty good, even though SummerSlam has some at times over some of the years was sometimes hit and miss.
Yeah,
Some
SummerSlam had some questionable moments last year, but this year, I mean,
there
there
was
wasn't
some
much.
there wasn't much, but this year SummerSlam there was some nitpicking moments a little bit. One of them was the special guest referee. Like, what was the point of that in the first place? Because
Yeah, we questioned the whole special guest referee thing, and it should have been a ladder match. Let's face it.
oh yeah,
Should have
trust
been a
me,
ladder match.
that would have made the match a lot better than what it was. And
Um,
that was the only
the
thing.
Brock Lesnar match, I rewatched that match. That match was not bad.
It wasn't bad, but man, it was so fucking slow in the beginning.
It was slow in the beginning, but then it got hot like later in the match.
And then all of a sudden,
the whole ring flip thing, I'm like, that was cool.
And they had a fucking tractor of all fucking things.
Took the fucking tractor.
Oh god,
rushed the damn ring, pushed the ring, and then flipped the damn ring. I'm like,
damn. Ever since that, I mean, you had fucking people on TikTok go wild with it, with Bob the Builder. Man, that shit's good. But
dude,
yeah.
No, there was one that made me fucking crack the fuck up.
Oh jeez.
They put that one goddamn Kenny Chesney song. You probably could tell what Kenny Chesney song that freaking.
Oh shit! Fuck. What was, I can't. I know.
Same fucking guy who posted the goddamn Bob the Builder one.
Oh no!
I fucking laughed my ass off. I have to find that TikTok and send it to you.
Oh shit! I mean, yeah, like we said. I mean, this year, like we said, SummerSlam had some of its questionable moments. But I think overall it was still a good show for
sure.
I think it was this Triple H's first time running a pay-per-view on his own.
It was his first show he ran. Period.
I have to give a lot of
because Raw and SmackDown that week before, we thought it was Triple H because the quality somehow got better that final week, but really it was Vince.
Which is
Vince wrote the final Raw and SmackDown before SummerSlam, and then Triple H took over at SummerSlam.
That was actually a pretty good show.
Gave us a goddamn quality pay-per-view, and then he wrote Raw and SmackDown from here on.
Now I'm very interested in how he's going with the next. What's the next paper? That's where he got Clash at the Castle.
You had Clash, yeah,
and that's going to be very interesting because it's like. Because I think we all know that Roman's going to take some time off to go. I think, to Hollywood. I think it was. I think that's what's going. Because I don't know. Because it's like
who's going to be going off to Hollywood?
I think Roman. I think it was.
He's going to do Hollywood shit, but he hasn't done Hollywood shit.
Or I think Roman might take some time off or whatever. I don't know what it's going.
He's going to take some time off when he does. He's like a new Brock Lesnar, where he's a part-timer that doesn't do shit, shows up every few months.
And the fact that, I think that's where I feel like that's one of my biggest. And I like Roman, don't get me wrong, but that's the biggest nitpick.
Roman's just a better Brock Lesnar. He doesn't have just two moves.
Yeah. And
he has maybe like 5 or 6, but the thing is, he's around the same as Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, that is true.
Comes to longevity because he's there for a few months, then he's off a few months, he's there a few months. I'm like, the only part timer that I can give, slack to is Cena.
Yeah, I mean,
because Cena actually does something when his time off. He's doing moves.
And looking at what Cena is now, because he's getting up there, and I think he knows his time's coming towards to an end.
That's why he started doing Hollywood stuff. He knows his time in wrestling is coming to an end, and he wanted to be somewhere that's like
early 40s. I think Cena's got to be in his early 40s.
He is in his early 40s.
That sucks. That wasn't part of our childhood for sure. Oh god, that's gonna suck.
When he was around, put it this way, when he first got to the WWE in like 02, 03, he was our age.
Yeah. If you really think about it, because and I was actually watching something like he actually did some like a small documentary. It's just like, yeah, he was always like, after he made his debut, like he almost was given his pink slip, like that was crazy. There were things like, and all of a sudden, like when he went to that Doctor Thumb, I think probably one of the greatest gimmicks we ever seen out of Cena was the Doctor Thugonomics. Don't add us for that, because for me, that's one of the greatest gimmicks I've ever seen Cena pull off.
Anyway, big ups to Cena for doing movies and shit and doing something with his time off, unlike Roman Reigns, who doesn't do shit. Anyway, MJF is the final topic on my list. MJF is expected back in AEW. The thing that really bugged me about the whole MJF situation is that there is a very thin line about what's real and what's not with this thing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Is the guy really mad that he isn't getting paid, or isn't he? Or is he just like working us?
Because it's very tough. Because the way how that
he cut that promo, and then he basically on live TV, basically gave Tony Khan the fuck you.
Like literally, it's just like it's seen. I don't know. Like it's very. It's tough the way how he presents it, and especially the fact that he gave.
And the thing is, people were comparing it to CM Punk in that situation in WWE. The thing is, that's different.
This is way different.
After CM Punk hit his pipe bomb, he was still showing up on TV.
And you got to think too, and with the CM Punk pipe bomb, he knew where the company was heading, especially if Vince didn't.
Yeah. But we're not going to talk about the whole in depth about the pipe bomb. But we already covered this already on past episodes. But with the pipe bomb, he was showing up on TV every week. When MJF cut his little promo, the whole work shoot thing. I don't know if it was a work or a shoot. I don't even know if it was even a work shoot. I think it was a shoot.
Yeah.
What happened was the guy was off TV for months.
Yeah, it was.
We still haven't even seen him on TV. So now we don't even know if the promo itself was fake or not.
Because
we don't know.
Now, my thing is, it's like, say if it was real, I can understand where he's coming from. I really do think that's where I do see the where he's coming from.
Yeah, I do see where he's coming from too, because he did say that he was pushed aside,
and that was
other stars, and he wasn't getting paid nearly enough. And I agree with that.
Because dude, like, there's one of the greatest heels in this generation.
Guy's the best heel today, ever, bar none. And you can say Roman's a good heel, but MJF is just better.
He's got better. He's a good wrestler in the ring. Let's be real, better mic work than Roman Reigns. Let's keep it a buck here. And the fact that even outside of the ring, he like, and we talked about this before, like the meet and greet where he actually flipped off the little kid, still gave him the cake.
He's just like straight face, man.
They still stayed in character, which a lot of times
he's straight. This is what he does. He straight faces it. He goes.
Exactly. It's like,
but like the meanest mean mug on his fucking face.
Like it's like, even though you hate him as a heel, but you have to. It's like, it's just one of those things. Now, see, like we said, it is hard to distinguish with that pipe bomb, though.
It's really hard to distinguish a pipe bomb because, like, yeah, like some of it wasn't real, like him dissing the fans and shit wasn't real. I get that, which is him being a heel. He was just doing his heel stuff, but combine that with what he said to Tony.
That was very more convincing.
He said, yeah, some of it was a work, like him dissing the crowd. Yeah, that was a work.
Oh yeah, but with the stuff that, and the fact that. And the fact he called Tony a fuck.
But he basically looked at the camera and said, "Fuck you" to Tony.
Like, that should
Pay
give
me
you.
my fucking money. Book me on fucking shows. Like, what he said.
Mm-hmm. But the fact that he called him a fucking mark, it's like, no
Yeah, that's what he
fucking way.
said. That was basically him saying "fuck you" to him. He's like,
That's.
he really was like, "Pay me, you fucking mark." I'm like,
I was like, no
man,
fucking. He just did not
I
just
mean,
say that.
he literally was like, they had to bleep it on the fucking replays.
That's crazy.
The thing is, they didn't even bleep it out.
It's
Even on TN, or was it was TBS. On TBS, he even bleeped it out. He literally was like, "Pay me, you fucking mark."
I was
I'm
just
like,
like,
"Oh my fuck."
now let's say if that's the case. I mean, shit. I think it's crazy. I mean, I know this may sound a bit of a stretch. I think he can thrive in WWE with the kind of character that he has. I still think especially if it's under Triple H's rule.
The
Absolutely,
guy. Here's the thing with him. The guy has a gimmick. He is what WWE
is looking for.
is looking for. They're looking for guys who can work a gimmick, not guys who can just wrestle and be themselves. Sure, that works sometimes in some companies. Like you don't like, yeah. Some people are themselves. Like Daniel Bryan didn't, have a gimmick, but he was himself.
No, it was just
He got over. He was just playing good.
Now
He got over the fans. But the thing is, Kofi's himself, and he got over.
Even though,
but yeah, he had a Jamaican gimmick.
Even though you got to think too, it's also ironic that you had Triple H.
Were you Jamaican?
Like it's like, wow.
Like, damn.
I was like, damn. Triple H is like, he called his ass out.
This man called him out on national. It was on Raw. It was on national TV. You embarrassed his ass on TV.
Now there are times, there will be times there will be some difficulties for those who still have to do their characters, and we've seen it countless times. I mean, I think the perfect example we talked about, I think the last couple of episodes, was Sasha Banks and how much she struggled to, get out of the character that she was in.
She basically was like, I was no longer Mercedes. I was Sasha. Like in my mind, I was Sasha, and I lost myself.
And that's scary.
That's why, and that is scary. And the thing is, I'm thinking, oh, she quit because she's cocky that she lost the titles. When she said what she said in that Broken Skull Sessions episode, I felt bad.
Because it's like,
saying what I said, I'm like,
you gotta think too, like you have these superstars on like almost 300 some odd days out of the year.
Yeah, they're working. They only have like 1 day out of a month off every year. 1 day out of a month. Every month they have a day.
I still, because I think with Triple H and Steph is like, I feel like Triple H, if I'm Triple H and seeing that stuff, it's just like, I think he definitely could change that. I feel like
the thing is, I would keep the schedule the same because
yeah, I mean,
you have to be mentally tough to work a WWE schedule. The WWE schedule is fun, but if a wrestler's mindset
and you're getting burnt out,
the way isn't working out because they're getting burnt out or they're struggling to find themselves personally, I would tell Triple H, bring him to the office. Or I would actually ask Stephanie, bring him to the office. Say, are you okay? Ask him every day, are you okay?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Just like a personal wellness check, because I think
wellness check every day. Are you okay?
Like, is
do you need time off?
Absolutely.
If they say yes, all right, we'll give you 6 months off.
Because definitely, because after all, they're also human beings. Like,
they're all, at the end of the day, they're human. They're not robots.
And yeah, it's like we said. I mean, I know.
I know kids, because we were like that too. We looked them as like immortal superheroes. But we looked at them as superheroes back in the day. But then when we grow up, we start to say, okay, they're human.
Like we're seeing that
We're seeing a more human side to these people. Yeah, these people are getting hurt. Yeah,
I mean that's basically what you signed up for if you become a
it's what
sports
they signed up
entertainer.
for. But the thing is, yeah, these people are getting hurt. These people go through mental issues.
I mean, shit.
Like look at like Sasha Banks. She went through that. She
Oh
went through what
God,
she went through.
trying to think.
Freaking. But no. I'm just talking about the Sasha Banks situation. Not
Oh
the
yeah,
rest of
she's
the wrestlers. But yeah, Sasha Banks went through what she went through, and honestly, I thought she left because again, I thought she was just being cocky. She had lost tag titles at Mania, and
but
it
you know
walked out. But the thing is, she said, "I lost myself because I'm working shows every day except for a day out of a month, and I found myself looking in the mirror, questioning, who am I? Am I Sasha or am I Mercedes?" And I'm like,
that's
damn, man.
damn. But overall, though, I mean, like, sometimes you can't help feel bad for them. But I mean, overall, I mean, they're getting paid. I mean, it's pretty much it's their life. It's their job, basically. Now I know a lot of times kids.
And that's what Triple H said. Every time he does tryouts and stuff. This is going to be your life. You're going to be out on the road 364 days, 360 something days out of the year. You get a few days out of a month off, even if that.
But I think with this new regime, I do think implementing a personal wellness check. Let's say if say a couple
They need to implement a personal wellness check for these wrestlers.
Because say
because some wrestlers aren't mentally capable of working the schedule.
Yeah, and just
like that.
And it's tough. I mean, shit. Look, we don't know that the physical stuff is tough. Well,
physical stuff is already taxing, but the mental stuff, yeah.
Oh, that's a whole different monster you have to deal with in its entirety.
You can heal a goddamn leg injury or an arm injury.
You can heal back from that, but your mental state cannot heal back to what it once was. Like you gotta.
I mean, you can heal mentally, but the thing is, it's going to take work.
It's
it's going to take people ask, "Are you okay?" Wellness checks would work for that.
Oh, absolutely. Or not for this too. Like if you have a couple off days in between, also have some counselors on hand to help them out. That's another thing I would have added. As has counselors that can travel on the road with some of these superstars and have and then check in with the count say a few wrestlers or superstars having problems kind of dealing with their mental state, go to the counselor.
Or hell, you don't even have to have that. If you're Stephanie, right, and a wrestler comes in and says, "Look, I'm having trouble mentally." What also she could do is that she can give them a therapist
to go to. Because there's a lot of things I feel like with this new regime, they can definitely would help their superstars a lot going forward, especially with this new breed coming in. And like you said, having a therapist come in with them or do a personal wellness check, say if you need to talk to Stephanie or Triple H.
No, the therapist doesn't have to come with them. They go to a therapist office.
Yeah.
In Florida. Because they work in Florida. So
they
go to a therapist office.
Because I think because the wrestling business, I mean, we can't say from certain because we've never been that, but
we've never been in the business. But the thing is, hearing what these wrestlers are going through, though,
and former ones, that have been in the business for years and know that the physical and mental toll that it takes, It's a tough battle, and at times it's some can be good. There's some good, the bad, and downright ugly of the wrestling business. I mean, we've seen the bad and the downright ugly side of things over the years. It's well, we don't want to get into that because it's been well documented over the years, and has been great. But other than that, but like we said, I mean, the men's.
So to end off the situation or end off the show, let's address some questions here.
Mm.
What do you all feel about wrestling faking injuries? Hogan once said Undertaker dropped him on his head, but Hogan's head wasn't close to the mat.
Ooh, that's an interesting.
I
don't really. I don't
listen.
know how to
That's Hogan. Hogan's an asshole. Okay.
Hogan spews a lot of shit out.
Let's just put. There's no bones about the shit. Hogan's a goddamn asshole.
I mean, shit. I mean, we seen it, and at the time, and it's basically well documented. Like he's even nowadays, like he's irrelevant nowadays.
Yeah, he's not even relevant anymore. Like no one even talks about him. No one even mentions him anymore.
Like say for in the 80s, yeah. I mean, he was probably one of the most popular figures in the 80s. But now we're like.
Also, he wouldn't work today because he has that weak ass fucking finisher. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a weak finisher. Don't
at
me about it, but it's a weak finisher.
And it's just
so it's just Hogan being a dick.
Yeah.
Do you think Sarah Logan's coming back to the WWE from what we've seen on SmackDown?
It could be a possibility.
It's a possibility at this point. I mean, Sarah Logan did say yes to a Rumble appearance. She does have a child, so I don't know. She could definitely bring her child on the road with her.
That is true. Or if she was, well, I was not saying part timer just to be.
I wouldn't say give her a part. I wouldn't say give her a part time job because you got to look at it this way. You got to look at it this way. Becky has a child. She works full time. She takes her kid to shows. Lacey Evans has a freaking daughter. She takes her on the road. Why not take your child on the road?
Right.
So I do think there's a possibility that Sarah Logan may return.
But who knows if she turns it down just wants to be a stay-at-home mom? That's more power to her. So that's for her to decide. Like if she wants to come back and do what she wants. Because look, I mean, there was potential there for Sarah Logan. Don't get me wrong, but it's just I think with some of these when you get step away for a while, like Becky Lynch, for example, had her child. And the fact that what we heard, that was crazy. And crazy in itself that the fact that's originally, the fact we found out that she was also dating Seth Rollins, it's like, really? Like, that was crazy in itself. Number two, the fact that she was we found out she was pregnant, like, yes. But, I mean, we were all happy for her as well. But
the thing that shocked me about her being with Seth, right, was that years before that she was with Seth, she said flat out she would not date a wrestler in the company.
Yeah, that's
a few years later it happens. I'm like, you're the biggest fucking hypocrite. I'm not mad at you, but you're a hypocrite with that.
Yeah, but I mean,
I guess you had to change your heart. I'm happy.
I mean, probably one of the other. She's one of the greatest talents in the women's division. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, great talent. Terrible as a heel, but great talent.
I think she works better as a babyface. Don't get me wrong.
Way better than a babyface.
I mean, I like them. For me, I think one of the better gimmicks I've seen her in was a steampunk gimmick because I actually liked that when she came up from NXT with that steampunk gimmick and the ring gear that she had. Now, I will say the worst gimmick I've seen her in was her tap dancing like a fucking leprechaun. That you cannot tell me that. I was like, oh Jesus Christ.
That was wrong.
That was so wrong on so many
It
levels.
was dropped after one show, and I'm glad it was
Thank
dropped
God.
after one show. But anyway, any
Like-
more questions from you guys? You guys want me to answer or Rob to answer?
I don't know, man, but I mean, like we.
Come on, Juice.
I am not going to address that.
I'm not. No, I'm not. No, we're gonna keep it PG here, Juice.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I say fuck a lot in the show,
But yeah,
but yeah, I feel like wrestling's landscape is changing, a lot the last year.
absolutely.
So I can't wait to see how much will change in the next year if it continues to change.
Absolutely, and
I can't wait because wrestling's changed, and it's changed a lot. Vince McMahon is no longer a CEO of a company,
which is and we'll say, and
himself. We never thought it was going to happen, but it happened.
Never thought possible.
Triple H and Stephanie run the company, along with Shawn Michaels. AEW is kind of changing a bit.
I mean, but AEW, yeah,
they're like all panicky and stuff, but
like it's just like that should tell you like the WWE might be on the rise once again.
WWE's on the rise again. It's on the rise again. Impact is kind of like floundering again. They had a ratings drop this week.
Yeah.
So I wrestling's changed. Is it for the better? I don't know. Hopefully, sure. Most likely it is. Most likely.
Because
but there's a lot of good, bad, and ugly in wrestling. We've known that for years. As fans, a lot of good happened this year. A lot of bad has happened this year. And a lot of ugly happened this year.
That was out of our control. Obviously, out of the pandemic, it's out of our control, and that.
My dude. Did you hear any buzzing?
No, why?
There was like a lot of buzzing on my end. Like every time you spoke, there was like.
I don't know, but other than that, so like
hopefully it doesn't show up on my feed because on our episode because wow, that was bad.
I mean, we had worse stuff on bloopers and shit like that, but other than that, we're getting ready to wrap it up here because it is almost quarter to 2 in the morning. I'm fucking tired as hell.
Yeah, it's getting late, bro.
Shit. I mean, we've been going for almost almost a quarter of 2 hours for this show, which is
we started around like 11.
Well, about almost 30. I'm actually almost about towards midnight because
it was like around like 11:30, 12. 11:30, 12 o'clock. Oh yeah, let's just end this show here. My boy's about to go to the knockout punch right now.
Oh jeez, yeah, absolutely.
So thank you guys.
What's good, Fade to Black? Appreciate you tuning in at the last minute. Appreciate you tuning in the last minute because holy crap, I'm about to head. I need to hit the hay. Well, luckily I don't. Well,
if we stay a second, if we stay a second later, Rob's about to doze on stream, so I'm gonna.
Trust me, I had
here.
Yeah. So, but
thank you guys.
Other than that, I mean, we got Clash of the Castle coming up for this coming Saturday, I think. I guess.
Saturday will be Clash of the Castle.
God, if I didn't, I really hope I'm not working that day because if I'm not,
me and Gully, I think we'll have you covered because we'll be doing.
Yeah, because
we'll be doing a stream that we always do, the whole watch party stream.
And not to thank you
guys. Have a good night. I'll catch you next up. Hey, it doesn't matter if you showed up late, man. That's a view for us.
Oh yeah, trust me. If you have those notifications on, absolutely, you will definitely.
That's a view for us. So you're good, bro.
Hey, yo, it's good. Appreciate you coming at the last minute because holy crap. But I mean, look, appreciate some new people coming in. But yeah, other than that, yeah, like we said, we got Clash of the Castle with all the, like I said, with all the new changes in wrestling coming up. Expect a lot more wrestling shows coming in. You know, with the It's Real to Me on well, the day might change. That depends. Like we said, I think Thursdays might have to change.
I don't know if Thursdays will have to change.
Well,
Thursdays won't. No, Thursdays won't change. Thursdays is going to be set still. It's set by the network itself. We're not moving. The only issue that I have is that
it's the time.
It's not. No, 9 o'clock is fine.
Well, because you really think about it.
Hold on. The thing is that sometimes we might miss an episode because sometimes our brains don't work. Like my brain didn't work yesterday. I'm like,
yeah, I mean
didn't even know it was Thursday. So this is on me. It's not on your work schedule. It's not on anything else. That was on me.
Oh,
so I apologize.
Also, I apologize for yawning on stream because holy crap, this is the longest doing an episode. Holy crap, I'm about to. Oh god, I'm gonna need a cup of coffee after this to keep my ass awake.
So I wanted to. With that said, this has been It's For Me podcast with your boy Tyler and your boy Robert.
But yeah, if you guys are new coming through the Spotlight Sports Network as well, or the It's For Me channel, or
subscribe to both. Please subscribe to both.
Or the Philly Sports podcast as well.
Yeah, please subscribe to both because, Spotlight needs help with his channel. We need help with our channel. We would love.
And we're on the road to 1K on the Philly Sports podcast. And not to mention, too, we got a
lot. No, wait, what?
We still got to. We're on the road to 1K on the Philly Sports podcast.
I thought we fucking hit it.
No, we are far from that. We are far from that.
I thought you just said we hit 1K.
No, I was
about to flip my shit on the fucking.
No, we're sitting at 655 on the Philly Sports podcast channel. But other than that, I mean, shit. I mean,
and also you guys are great. We love you guys dearly. But yeah, be sure to subscribe.
Another thing too, like there's going to be some more times where you'll also be a Papa Game streamer too over here as well on the Philly Sports podcast. If you guys like FIFA content, I've been streaming a lot of some FIFA 22. I've been starting
games. I do all this other shit. But yeah, subscribe to the It's For Me podcast. Like the video. Like the streams.
Well, if you're watching,
we'll be doing a WWE pay-per-view live stream / video live on Monday at 6 p.m. We'll be covering Eastern time.
SummerSlam
2010.
I still got to finish it because I'm not even halfway through.
Yeah, dude, finish it.
I'm going to try to
so we can talk about it, bro.
And also, too, for those who are coming from any of the YouTube channels or the social media, which is linked down below, if you're watching from on Spotlight Sports Network, check the links in the description. If you want to check out all the other fellow colleagues on the network as well, because we have some pretty amazing people. Yeah, kind of help out, and yeah, we got a lot of stuff planned, whether it's sports, wrestling, podcast shows, you name it. We got it covered. But with that being said, we appreciate everybody been tuning in. I know it's 1:45 in the morning. If you're in the other time zones, you guys must be lucky because we had to fucking get what we. But that's here nor there.
The only time they're lucky is with wrestling shows. That's it.
Yeah, but
or sports.
Other than that, like we said, this is Robert and Ty from the Philly Sports Talk podcast and the It's Real to Me channel. And we're also coming to you live on the Spotlight Sports Network as well. With that being said, this is episode 25 of the It's Real to Me podcast.
Halfway to 30, brother. Halfway to 30.
30. That's crazy and stuff. But like I said, we don't want to keep it rambling further because I'm fucking tired as hell. I think, but knowing my buddy Todd.
But dude, you keep dragging this on, bro.
I know. But with that being said, we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys.